This is Wizard World Comic Con, and this is Black is New AP Style. Halloweentown, obviously filming it, you had no idea, like, the chaos that was going to ensue after this. But all these years later, and they do the event every year where you guys filmed it and everything. Have you been to that and been able to celebrate, you, essentially?
I have. Yeah, Spirit of Halloweentown in St. Helens, Oregon. I've done that the past few years, and actually this year was the 20th anniversary of the first Halloweentown movie. And so the entire cast reunited with Calabar. And it was the first time we had all been back there together. It's the first time I had seen Robin Thomas, who played Calabar, in 20 years. And a lot of the rest of the cast I've kept in touch with over the years. But it was it's amazing. It's just so humbling that not only are people still wanting to talk about it and watch it 20 years later, but that people travel. And I've met people from Germany, I've met people who have driven from New York and New Jersey all the way up to Oregon to come and say hi. It's amazing. It's amazing.
That's such a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and it's not even once in a lifetime because you got to make sequels for them as well, so you guys get to keep coming back.
Yes, it was such a gift.
And so we got to talk about this bad boy real fast. This is original from the movie?
That is, yes, the Marnie's original hat from the second and third Halloweentown movie. I have the cloak, the whole cloak and the skirt and everything too, but I figured I'd just travel with the hat this time.
Oh yeah, it's a little too much to carry all that.
Don't fall apart,
That is so funny that you got to keep this all these years. Did you they were like, okay, cool, you can keep this, or was this kind of like a see you guys later?
Actually, Debbie arranged, kind of helped me sort of keep this particular outfit. She kept her red cloak and her purple dress, I believe, from the first one. So, yeah, she was always big on keeping mementos. So that was one of the things I learned from her, for sure. Yeah.
And keeping in the Halloween spirit, you have a book, too.
I do.
Tell me all about this. This is so cool.
It's a fall children's book called Poppin's Pumpkin Patch Parade, and it's about a magical pumpkin patch where all the characters in it come to life. That's a special time of year, and I have I co-authored and co-illustrated it, and I have 3 young nephews and some other friends' kids that are like nieces and nephews to me, and I kind of wanted to, do a different creative project to kind of continue that fun, magical Halloween spirit for the younger set. So it's a fun project, yeah.
Have you always been like a writer-illustrator? Were you always doing that growing up and everything, or is this kind of a new project that you got to go into?
Well, I've always been into drawing and painting and that sort of thing. I have an Etsy shop that I do a lot of custom painting and that sort of thing on it. So that sort of is where it evolved from, I guess. But as in the business, you kind of have, you go through different periods where you're super busy and then not as busy, and so I've found different ways over the years to kind of keep that creative flow, a different creative outlet. So, yeah.
And you get to hang out at Wizard World today, so that's really cool. What's your experience like as far as conventions? Is this kind of the first year that you've been doing this? Have you been going as a fan for a long time? Tell me everything.
Okay. No, I've been going for a few years, mainly as a guest. I kind of got introduced to it a few years ago from sort of this side of it as far as coming as a guest and meeting fans, but I always inevitably love sneaking off at some point and me, seeing all the different vendors, and it's such a fun place for all the different aspects of the comic book culture and supernatural and all of that. There's like something for everybody here. My brother is a competitive Super Smash Brothers player, and so I know a little bit about the video game world, and it's fun seeing that. So I love this. It's so much fun meeting people and just seeing. There's been a couple people that have come up and said that they're walking around looking for Christmas ideas and stuff like that, gifts, and I'm like, this is the best place to do it because you get a little bit of everything.